This is the QiSa 30-watt solar charger. It's a portable solar panel that has both USB as well as DC output so that you can connect and either charge or generate electricity for all kinds of devices. I acquired this one specifically because I wanted one that had the DC output, and I didn't have of the other panels I have, they only had USB. Let me show you the features and then I'll give you a quick rundown on how I like to use it. While it's folded, it's about 11.5 inches across, 8 inches wide, and when you account for the thickness of the USB ports, it's probably about 1.5 inches thick. These are the solar panels that are all folded in. To open it, it's just Velcro. As you can see, this is a canvas finish with the stitching over there. On this side, when you open it up, it's got a pocket with some explanation as to which ports are best used, what devices are best used. There's a zipper here with a pocket that I'll show you in a second. As you unfold it, it's 32 inches long unfolded, and as I said, it'd be 11.5 inches wide. And now that it's unfolded, you can see that overall it's quite thin. Each of the three panels are stitched in, and it looks like that's a well done stitching job. I have seen other panels, and I think for the ones that are in this canvas sort of packaging, that looks like it's pretty well done. As you fold it up, you just, well, first let me mention there are eyelets here and at the other end. It does come with two carabiners, so you can hang it off of a backpack or off of a wall or something. I typically just lay them out flat and try and get as much direct sunlight as I can in them. And I'll show you that in a second. Here in the pocket, it's a zippered pocket. I'm not really sure how waterproof that is. I'm sure it's be splash resistant, but I don't think it would be good for submersion. Inside, well, I've got two carabiners, and it comes with a DC cable, which they say the DC port is rated for 18 volts, 1.66 amps. The cable, they didn't say the measurements, but I'm thinking just kind of from measuring myself, that's a 5 millimeter and a 2.1 millimeter interior plug, or maybe that's a 5.5 millimeter and a 2.5 millimeter. I know that's important, so you can always buy adapters to connect to this to match up with your DC device. As you can see here, in addition to that, we've got a USB uh, Type A port that's blue. This would be a QC3 or a Quick Charge 3 port. Their specs say that it can do 5 volts at up to 5 amps, 9 volts at up to 2.5 amps, and 12 volts at I think 2 amps as well. I wasn't quite able to get that much out of it, and the reason is just because it's a 30-watt panel. Typically, you lose some of the efficiency, so getting 25 watts, basically 5 volts at 5 amps, getting 25 watts out of that, you'd have to probably have really ideal conditions. This is a Type A port. This is just your typical 3.0 port, so it does 5 volts at up to 3 amps. But this would be your quick charge port. So let me lay this out real quick. I'll just show you how it connects, and I'm be right back. All right, so I've got the solar panel laid out here. As you can see, I've propped it up with some bricks because I want to try and get it as angled as close to the sun as possible. When I use these, I'm at a picnic or I'm camping, I'm on a boat, so I typically have a pretty flat surface I can lay this on. But like I said, you can use the eyelets to hang it up. This is just how I think I get the most benefit out of these. But let me show you how to connect. If you haven't done this before, basically you've got the ports here. They're in the pocket. And in this case, I've got a 10,000 milliamp hour battery. And we're going to use, in fact, this is what you'll need if you're connecting anything with USB-C. You're going to need a USB Type A to USB Type C port. The Type A is going to go into the solar panel because it doesn't have a USB Type C port. And in this case, this battery does. So I'm going to connect that. And I want this to fast charge because this is a fast charge battery. So I'm going to connect it into there. And you see the flashing. I'm not sure if that shows up on the camera or not, but it is charging now. So I don't even have it angled towards the sun. And as you can see right here, the red light that's going on there, that means that's getting solar charging current and it's going into the battery. If all you were doing was charging the battery, I'd then just lay this back out I'd make sure to keep the battery in the shade, and there you go. That would charge it. My favorite thing to do though, and you can plug another device into the other port, but my favorite thing to do would be then to take another cord, connect to my battery. Make sure I get the right end there. And then I just connect it to a phone from there. This is just a Samsung. And we can see now that's charging. So I'm getting both devices are charging at the same time, pass through to here. And it works pretty well for me. So that's the QiSa 30-watt solar charger.